What's up, you guys? This is Robert at ShyBearsPlus. Follow me on Twitter at ShyBearsPlus and on Instagram at ShyBearsPlus. While you're here, subscribe. Today we have some plus content for you. Hope you're excited. Myles Garrett versus Mason Rudolph incident. I'm going to try to run through it. I took a ton of notes. I went back and looked at it. I didn't watch the game. Woke up in the morning and couldn't believe what I saw. So I had to relook at everything, gather my thoughts. I was busy yesterday. This morning, putting together a nice little video for you. But here's what I think. Number one, Myles Garrett, dude, you're a superstar. And this is all on you. All on you. The minute the Villanueva passed you off to no one, you saw the screen developing, and you realized it right away. And that's when, at that moment, when you realized that no one was blocking you and you're a superstar, something was up, you went in for a scalp. And at that point, you roughed the passer. You saw the ball go out right in front of you. You had 53 laid off. He saw the pass. It was right in front of him, too. He didn't go in for a skin, but you did. You went and bear hugged him. And then you kind of like hip tossed him and then drove his shoulder into the ground. So, yeah, there's 2 penalty flags right there. I mean, at that point, you premeditated that you were going to try to hurt Mason Rudolph, in my opinion. Or at least, well, no, to hurt him. I don't know if I could say that I know that you were going to injure him. But when you start putting all the events that happened together, you have to wonder about, what the intent was, and that from the very beginning. So I have a big problem with the NFL not going hard enough against the person who starts all of the violence when you have these melees and things like that. Not going back and looking at it, because it wasn't just a helmet slam. Like, that's where it started. It started way back there. I saw a lot of people on Twitter commenting that Mason Rudolph, shouldn't have wanted that smoke and shouldn't have tried to take his helmet off. Okay. You know that you fooled him with the screen. You know he saw you throw the ball. He bear hugs you, slams you down to the ground. Like, I don't know what he was thinking, but, yeah, I mean, some dude just premeditated assaulted you. Yeah, you're going to be upset, and I can see how you lose your cool a little bit. So, yeah, well, I guess we'll get to that a little bit later. But, I mean, I'm not saying the dude's innocent, but that's not what started all this. He didn't just get sacked and try to rip off his helmet. Like, he saw what Myles Garrett just did to him. And you know what? When you're a man, and you're a quarterback, you're probably an alpha. Like, you don't want that to happen to you. Like, you're going to get upset. Even if there's nothing you can do about it, you're upset, right? So number 3, Myles Garrett reacts by ripping off Rudolph's helmet, and then with 2 people, trying to calm the situation down and separate them, violently slams his helmet on the top of Rudolph's head. I couldn't believe it. I literally couldn't believe it. I started glitching when I saw it happening for the first time in the video. Did that just happen? In all the years I've been watching football, no one's ever did that? You did it? Why would you do that? So dumb, man. So yeah, but Rudolph looked a little bit mad. He was kind of chasing him. And I think I saw Akeem Hicks say some stuff like, he wanted that smoke. He came running after him. That's when you get hit with your own helmet. Terrible take. Terrible take. And I don't care. You know what? Think what you want. I don't want anyone to. I'm not trying to influence your opinion. You can think what you want. ShyBearsPlus, I tell you what I think and what I view. Okay? I don't care what you think. You can think that. I don't care. But in my opinion, after watching it a ton of times, it looked like he was reaching around the back of Garrett to get his helmet back. It's not like the dude squared up and put his fists up or was throwing any punches. And Garrett literally tried to kill the guy. I mean, I can't say that. It's crazy though. I mean, from what could it? Let's get more into it. So, number 1, Mason Rudolph, dude. I'm fine with him getting a fine. You participated in a fight. I was wondering if, since he tried to pull his helmet off, because what was he trying to do? I understand you're trying to defend yourself, but was he trying to rip off Garrett's helmet so he can get a good punch in maybe, and then hope the cavalry comes and break it up like the old sucker punch and bail and play a little defense, hope your team comes and bails you out? I don't know. Maybe that's what he was doing. I'm not sure. But I don't know what he was doing, but after watching Myles Garrett literally knowing that he had no chance to make this sack, and what he just did premeditatedly to try to, what looked like he tried to injure him, but definitely tried to hurt him by slamming him in the shoulder. He definitely committed 2 penalties. I'll definitely say that. So I don't know what the Mason Rudolph really, what the penalty should have been on him. I mean, I probably would have given him a personal foul for trying to rip off the helmet, a fine. I couldn't decide on whether you would give him a game or not. I mean, you're reacting to something that was just brutal, that was bad that happened to you. Shouldn't have happened. Myles Garrett, I don't care if he ever plays again. I'll be honest. I know I got the Bear stuff on, and I understand that. But I mean, I really don't have a dog in the fight, dude. I'm not from Ohio. I don't care, really. But, I mean, number one, it was premeditated. The whole thing was he decided once he got let go by Villanueva that he was going to tackle Mason Rudolph and hurt him, hurt him. I mean, hurt, inflicting pain. He tried to inflict pain. He could have not tried to do that from the beginning. That started everything. Like, so there's no need for that in football. Like, I just don't understand it. I mean, it was premeditated. I mean, there was intent there. Like, he intended to hurt the guy. And then he tried to hurt him again with a helmet. And then Mason Rudolph is, like, running at him, and he's not even, like, trying to hit him. He's just running for his helmet, and then even if he was coming at you with fists, like, you used a weapon, and you outweigh the guy by, I don't know, a lot. Like, 50, 60 pounds. You're taller than him. You're bigger than him. Like, I don't think that you should be worried about him in a fight, to be honest. And, like, I guess that's unnecessary use of force? I don't know. Like, I mean, that's like someone says, hey, I'd like to get a fist fight. You pull out your gun and shoot him. All right, maybe not a good idea. But maybe not a perfect analogy. But, you know, you took it to another level that didn't even go to, which that level wasn't even coming at you. Yeah, I mean, potential manslaughter. What if you killed the guy? What if you killed him? You hit him with a blunt object. You're looking at manslaughter at the probably least if that were to happen. I mean, you hit him in the temple, he goes down. People die all the time from falling down and hitting their head on the concrete. I don't have the stats on me, but I know it happens all the time. People get pushed down and die. So, I mean, you split a skull open, what are we talking about? You know, you hit him in the temple, he dies, unconscious. You fracture his vertebrae, fracture his skull. I mean, so many things that you could have did there. Like, I don't think that anyone's really complaining or disagreeing with me that was messed up and it shouldn't have been done. But, I mean, at this point, like, I don't care if he ever comes back, ever. I mean, would it take a broken skull in that situation? Is it going to take broken vertebrae? Is it going to take concussion, massive head trauma, paralyzation? Is that what it takes to have a guy never play in the league again? I don't know. NFL, you tell me. What do you think? I don't care if he ever comes back. I don't. I really don't. There's no need for it. There's no need for it in sports. Like, I don't know how you could ever trust him to go on the field again and not try to do the things that he did. I mean, you make the decision once, like, do you need it? Do you need to take that chance? You're trying to protect quarterbacks, and this guy literally tried to take out a quarterback 2 times in one brawl by the slamming his shoulder to the ground and then hitting him with a helmet. Like, is that what you want? Like, I don't care if he's a superstar, number 1 overall pick. I'm glad the Bears didn't take him. Trash, bro. Trash. All right, now the pitching, the punching and kicking of Garrett on the ground, based as hell. Like, I'm not even okay. It looked bad. The kick to the helmet sure looked bad, right? And the punches and the tackle of them look bad. However, those 2 dudes just witnessed an attempted homicide or at least assault with a deadly weapon. I mean, at that point in real life, I mean, you don't shoot them. You don't. Someone doesn't get shot. If you get shot, you probably get in trouble for that. I don't know. I'm not legal advice. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm pretty sure that if you watch someone try to murder someone, if you do what you got to do to subdue them until the cavalry comes, till the police come, like, it's pretty legal, right? And I'm just trying to think all of this through. So Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and fact check me in the comments. That's fine on that, but I'm pretty sure that if you watch someone strike someone over the head, it's okay to tackle them and hold them down and do what you got to do. The kick looks super bad though, so maybe suspension for that. But I don't know. I'm torn on that too, because at some point you watch that violence, the amount what just happened right there. Like, you got to get him on the ground. What are you gonna do? Let him run around with a helmet, not bonking guys on the head until security comes? No, you get him on the ground. So, kind of based. Like, I hate to even joke about this stuff, but you guys know my attitude on this show. I try to have some fun with it. But and then number 65, Larry Aganjabi. Dude, you're an idiot. Like, you just watched a guy get slammed over the head with a helmet. Like, it could have been a massive head trauma. I mean, it looked bad. It looked bad the first time I saw it, let alone when I slowed it down. Like, it looked bad. And your first instinct is the guy who's not doing anything to you is to walk up and push him on the ground? Like, what'd you do after the game? Stop at a car accident? And kick the victims? Are you kidding me? Like, use your brain. Like, that dude, give him a couple games. I don't care. Dumb. What a dumb idea. Like, man, it's like, oh man, you see guys with a neck brace on and you karate chop them in the forehead. Like, just stupid. Why would you do that? But yeah, man, so since all that, I've seen that Mason Rudolph declines the press charges, and dude, I wonder after that, like, it's like when you get in a car accident and you don't get an X-ray, you don't get an MRI. I hope you got an X-ray and an MRI, because if it starts to hurt and you got a little achy neck, and the next thing you know, you got a couple of vertebrae cracked or chips in there or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I would like to know at that point if I could sue that dude or press charges against him. So, number one, at some point, when something like that happens, I don't understand it. I don't understand why that NFL players can't press charges, or the precedent is not there for these kind of things. I understand that you're kind of signing a contract saying that you're going to participate in a violent sport, but at no point ever did Mason Rudolph say, yes, I understand I'm playing a violent sport, and maybe at one point 12 seconds after the play is over, I'm going to expect a dude to take my helmet and violently try to kill me with it. Like, that's not a part of the contract. So, and I don't know how all this works, if he has to press charges. I'm assuming that's it. So if that's it, that's it. It is what it is. I mean, I think it through, man. I mean, it's pretty cowardly. I understand you don't want to rock the boat, and the Players Association probably had a say in it. Say, hey, dude, don't let this go. We're going to deal with it in-house or whatever. But the dude's a criminal. Like, that was a criminal offense. I mean, people go to jail for that. People definitely, there are repercussions for that kind of action in real life. If you were to take a weapon, something blunt force, and hit him over the head with it, like, you get in trouble, he should get in trouble. I don't understand just because you're in the NFL that you could literally get away with it. It just blows my mind. I have no idea. I think in the NHL there's been some criminal charges filed against people. Don't hold me to that. If in the comments, if you know for a fact, let me know. If you know that's false, go ahead and throw that in there. But I think that it is. But I don't think there's really been any other precedent of players suing other players or teams suing players for that. But this is wrong. This is different. I mean, Mason Rudolph wasn't even scoring up with you, and you tried to kill him. Not good, man. So finally, let's go to cause and solution, because I'm not here to bitch. So the cause of so many of these brawls and so much of this unneeded violence is the NFL's fault, in my opinion. You let these guys trash talk, and you call it a part of the game. You let people cuss at each other. Who knows what they're saying out there? They're probably saying some of the worst. There's some epic trash talk up there. What happens in real life when you trash talk somebody? You might get punched in the face. But, in real life, you might not be on camera, so you just might do it. So these guys want to do it. They probably would do it. If they saw each other at the club and they were talking the way they talk on the field, someone would probably punch them. Like, it is what it is. Like, that's just the truth of the matter. And people fight over words. They shouldn't. It's free speech. It is what it is. You could always just walk away, but it happens. So you already allow that. And then when conversation breaks down is when violence happens. So a lot of times. So then I didn't watch the game, but I did go back and research, and I'm like, I'm willing to bet there were some personal fouls or some shenanigans before this. And then, I read an article. The game was already getting chippy. 2 dudes leave with concussion. I got a guy leaving, got a concussion, bleeding from his ear. So, things are getting out of hand. I mean, the NFL lets these games get out of hand where people start to come to fight. And there's not enough big enough penalty for fighting. So, I feel like this is on the NFL a lot of times. And I can't say I didn't watch the full thing, but, I mean, a lot of times the NFL lets it get to this situation, and you're letting the players police themselves with this stuff. Like, are you kidding me? Let's see how that worked out. 15 million people almost witnessed a murder, a homicide, and at best, a possible manslaughter. Let's say he wasn't trying to kill him. You could say that, and you just tried to hit him with a helmet, take another life. Unpremeditatedly, and I'm not a lawyer, not law advice, but I'm pretty sure that's how that works. So, manslaughter or murder by letting the players police this kind of stuff? No, absolutely not. Not okay anymore. We hit another threshold, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe nothing's gonna happen. None of the rules are gonna change, and I could be wrong. And you know what? I'm wrong a lot, but I'm right a lot too. So, my solution, because I'm not just here to bitch about it, is start throwing flags for the trash talk. You could literally have football without people yelling and screaming at each other, without doing the Tariq, you're this tall thing, making fun of the guy's height, all that. It's classless, unsportsmanlike. They don't do it in golf. I'm sure they do it in some sports, but probably NFL might be the worst. From some of the epic trash talkers from what you hear, and I've never played on an NFL field to know for sure. I don't know. But you could probably clean some of that up. No cuss words in your trash talk. Definitely make sure that, you're not using any kind of slurs or stuff. That's probably already a rule. I hope that's a rule. Oh, man. But, no cussing on the field. You can probably start there. And I don't know where you want to take it. That's for them to decide. But I will probably get a little bit harsher on that, because that's the beginning of it, and that's why people want to punch each other all the time. Let alone you could legally hit people on the field for fun, which is great. What's the cool thing about football? It's you want to mix it up a little bit. You got to hit people. It was fun. I used to love playing football, man. It was cool. You didn't get in trouble. It was pretty tight. But anyway, so maybe I'm a psychopath too. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe I'm a little crazy. Let's see. And then if you have a skirmish, you got to replay it. You got to. You have to stop with the second guy gets the flag all the time, because you're allowing people to instigate these fights. So stop it. Stop letting once someone gets you throw a flag, you watch and see what happened, because 99% of the time there's a guy punching somebody in the face or in the neck, and then the ref turns around, and then the other guy's retaliating, and the second guy gets flagged for it. So many times that happens. And you know what? If you instigate a fight, if you are the instigator, automatic ejection. Automatic ejection. Done. And then at that point is my final point is that the refs need to be able to stop the game and warn both benches like they do in the majors. So MLB, they say, hey, you know what? No more. That's it. We're on final warning for everybody. Next personal foul after that, in my opinion, should be at the least, ejection, 2-game suspension, no pay. And you want to make it more? I'm fine with that too. If you're the first guy who comes up and throws the punch and starts the fight, if you want fights not to start, put a bigger incentive not to start a fight. Hit him in the pocket and let him not play. And then, if you got a guy who can't control himself and he is getting suspended for these kind of things, you're the best ability in the NFL is availability. If you can't make yourself available, then you can't be on a team. And I feel like with the combination of those things, you can clean up a lot of this, and we could just watch football. And I don't have to turn on Thursday Night Football and almost watch an attempted manslaughter, homicide, what have you. I'm Shy Bears Plus. this was a nice plus addition. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. And everyone, probably not all Bear fans, but still bear down.